Like, share, subscribe. Tell everybody. What's going on? What's going on? We back. We back at it. Back with college basketball weekly with yours truly, Coach Cloud. Now it's March. It's best time of the year. It's the year where you gotta really, really play your best basketball, call your best sets, call, everybody gotta be together. We the only people in this room that believe that we can win. That's the type of moments you gotta have. So, myself, I don't have the best record in March when I was coaching. I'm 1-3 in March. So once I get back to it, I gotta at least get back to 500 or something with a championship or something. But anyways, like I said, man, this is the beginning of the March Madness coverage of Cloud9 Talk though. So definitely stay tuned for more coverage. We're gonna have bracketology. I've been breaking down the seed lines throughout different episodes. So check those out in past episodes as well. But today I want to start the show off by talking about Bruce Pearl's comments about Miami, Ohio. Now he goes on national television saying that Miami, Ohio shouldn't be able to get in because of their strength of schedule and just the conference they're in. Which is fine, I respect it. But what he's trying to do is basically make a plea for his son, who is currently 15 or 14, got the number two strength of schedule. So I understand that, but you can't come in the tournament with 15 or more losses. I heard a stat that said that the most losses a team has ever been in the NCAA tournament is 15. So with that being said, they only got one or two more games to really, cut it off. If they go 15 and 17, or do they still make the tournament? Like I don't think they should make the tournament. They're not a tournament team. They're an NIT team or go to the crown or something like that. Because, how can you not reward a team that won 29 games? Has a chance to finish 32 and 31 and up. So with that being said, like, and Bruce knows he's coached on all different levels of the game, from D2 to low major to mid major to the highs of the high at Tennessee and finishing, finally retiring at Auburn this past year. So with that being said, he knows how hard it is to win a game. Win just one game, one game alone is hard. So trying to win 29 straight, man, kudos to them, man. And the MAC is a top 15 KenPom conference. So, you got to kind of put that in perspective. It's not like they're playing in a weak conference. You still got Akron. They're 15 and 1. They beat Akron. Kent State, Buffalo, Ohio. Bowling Green is good this year. So you can't just really just write off that the conference is all that though. So with that being said, Bruce Pearl, you know what you're doing, man. You starting trying to push that agenda as far as trying to get your son good, good love with the tournament, with the committee. And I understand, maybe I would do it too if I was him, or maybe I'll still be coaching if I was him too, But that's a different story though. But let's get into some games, man. I know y'all missed me, man. I've been grinding them, man. I got some special episodes, good content coming out. Stay tuned for that in March. March Madness. It's gonna be live though, man. But I want to get into Duke. Duke been on a roll, man. They've been on a tear right now, man. They're currently right now, March 3rd. They are the best team in the country right now. They're a well-oiled machine, as I always say. John Shire got those guys connected on one accord. Now with this core with Caleb Foster, Isaiah Evans, and the one and only, the National Player of the Year, Cam Boozy. Them guys right there, underrated duo, right? Underrated trio right there. Then if you get Dame Sarr, he gets to playing, hitting shots because he's already a good defender, 3-and-D guy. But if he really gets his game going, I don't see a team that can beat him right there. And Big Pat in the middle, it's gonna be hard. The only thing I say about Duke is you have to go at them though. You can get them in foul trouble. They don't really play a big bench now. So that's one thing I say about Duke. If you can get them guys in foul trouble, it could probably get a little bit spooky. But they only lost twice to my Tar Heels and Texas Tech. They beat Michigan. We ain't even talk about that. Yeah, they beat Michigan straight up. They took Michigan. They played physical. Michigan got foul trouble early. Andy Morrow, yeah, so they held them to 5 points in the second half. So this is one of the best defensive teams probably in the history of the game. As far as in college basketball, they lock down. They're one of the ones. Shire is a hell of a defensive coach. He gets the top players, but he gets them boys to defend. So I will say this is one of the best defensive teams we have ever seen in college basketball. They defend. They beat NC State yesterday by 30, 93-64. Come on now. Stop playing. They locking up. They locking up. Michigan State, they had a great week, man. They beat Purdue, Indiana on the road, all road games. So man, shout out to Michigan State, Jeremy Fears, baby Chris Paul, man. He get a jump shot, man. He gonna be hard to stop. I swear he is, man. Because like I said, Fears is a hell of a playmaker, and he can score anytime he wants. He can get downhill, pull up, and when it's three ball going, and you got Tang coming along looking like the best shooter on the team. Then you got the front court. I think people kind of sleep on Michigan State's front court. They're not the big flashy names, but Jackson Collier and Carson Cooper, them boys can hoop, man. They both two different type of players. One is a stretch four that can get gritty and take you off the dribble as well, post you up, fade away, and all that. And Carson Cooper is like a baby Zubac. He knows what he's doing is rebounding, ducking. He can step out and hit some shots too as well. Don't sleep on that mid range or that open three. So man, shout out to them boys, man. Izzo got them boys ready for March. Izzo. Let's see what Izzo gonna do. Can they go in the championship? Can they get to the Final Four? Back to the Final Four, man. We'll see. Tar Heels, man, they've been, doing their thing, man. Without Caleb Foster, Self Trimble, they beat Louisville last week, and beat Pittsburgh. I'm telling you, them Tar Heels, they're better than what people think, man. I was looking up today. They are 5-1 versus ranked teams. 5-1, man. Might have to bump that up to a 2 or 3 seed soon, man. Come on, Foster. I mean, come on, Wilson. Come on, Caleb Wilson. Get back healthy so we can make this run. Missouri, they've been finding ways to win games. They beat Tennessee. They just beat Mississippi State recently. So, don't sleep on Missouri, man. They got some guards and bigs and wings. They're big and quick and athletic, and they can get downhill. So shout out to Coach Gates and Steve Wright, Dayton, that former Dayton guy, Dayton guy, man, Dayton, Ohio, Cardinal White. So, hey, we'll see, man. We'll see. Is Virginia and final? Is Virginia, my bad. Swoon. The tongue a little tied. Is Virginia and Miami at Final Four sleeper? Yes, they are Final Four sleeper. They are. Miami, they find ways to win under first year head coach Jay Lucas. We've been saying this all year. Has had one of the best turnarounds in college basketball the last 10 years. They've won only like 7 games. They're gonna win 25 or more this year, his first year. So shout out to Jay Lucas, man. So I will say this. We're gonna see, man. The ACC tournament, it's gonna be interesting though. It's gonna be interesting. We're gonna see. Maybe Duke might get popped to quarterfinals or semifinals. Virginia, they lost to Duke. They got dismantled by Duke. It's all right. We're gonna see, man, if they can bounce back though. But Virginia, though, I like they're a good offensive team coached by Ryan Oda, both first year coaches and with their respective programs. So I'll say this: don't sleep on Virginia. Getting that South region, maybe West region, they can make a little Sweet 16 to Elite Eight, then maybe Final Four, depending on who they play, man. I'll take one game at a time, one game at a time. So that's what I will say with that, though, for sure. Now, my National Player of the Year is going to be Cam Boozer, man. Cam Boozer, he gets it done. He does what he does. He puts the cherry on the top. He's out. He's all that, man. He's all that. And he's starting to shoot the ball really, really well at a consistent rate, which really is going to make his stock really, as far as longevity wise, even more impressive, though. It still reminds me of Al Horford. I think Al Horford's going to be a Hall of Famer sooner or later. Not first ballot, but, like his game is like Al Horford 2.0, except he's more of a number one option now. He can play that 1 and 2 option in the league. Gets downhill, more athletic, but he can hit shots at an early age. See, Al Horford wasn't shooting threes at 19, 18, 19 years old. This guy's knocking down shots. He's shooting almost 38% from three. So shout out to Cam Boozer, man, National Player of the Year, double machine, playmaker, underrated passer, defender. He does it all, man. And see, let's see if he can bring Duke back to the promised land with a national championship, man. The first one in maybe 10 years since Jaleel Okafor, Grayson Allen, Justice Winslow, Quentin Cook, that era, man. I'm not even a Duke fan, but I know I respect him though, man. You gotta respect greatness though at all times though. So man, shout out to Cam Boozer, man. All right, let's get into some games that this past weekend that was highly touted, man. Michigan went into Champaign, Illinois, and popped some champagne in Illinois. He popped Illinois. That's all I'm gonna say. The fight in Illinois, they got pounded by Michigan. Straight to it, man. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Michigan, they lost to Duke, regroup, beat Penn State. Then they to Illinois, man. So man, Dusty Man got them boys rolling. I still feel strong about Illinois. Illinois can still be a Final Four team though, man. Could still be a two or three team. See how they finish in the Big Ten conference tournament, and see how that goes, man. That's where you can get your seeding right. Louisville versus Clemson. Clemson got the dub. Clemson is an underrated team as well, man. They play Duke kind of not too bad, but Clemson they're a veteran team, new team as well. But I like Coach Brownell. I think they're gonna get the dub. As far as they're gonna shock some head in the ACC tournament for sure. Louisville, they look kind of shaky, man. Michael Brown, I just got a report he was hurt kind of earlier this year as well too, man. So he be kind of in and out, kind of shaky, man. But he's a hell of a talent. I wish he was more efficient. Let's see what Pat Kelsey does down the stretch though, man. In ACC tournament play. Arkansas got the brakes beat off of to the Florida Gators. Like, man, ain't Florida 111 to 77, man. 34 points. Second worst loss in Coach John Calipari's career, man. Gosh. Woo. So I go and got them boys rolling like a well-oiled machine. Todd said, I'm trying to go back to back, man. I'm the new kid on the block, man. This my territory, man. So we'll see what them Gators, Boogie Flynn, Xavier Lee, Alex Canon, Big Ruben, and Tommy Ha. A lottery pick. So yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see, man. Texas Tech went in Ames and beat Iowa State. And people are counting out Texas Tech. They still got some good guards. Atwell had 18 points. Christian Anderson gonna do what he do. And Jalen Petty, I've been high on him all year. He's a freshman sensation, and he can be a microwave bucket. Kid out of Seattle. I like his game a lot. Seen like a lot of Texas Tech games this past year. So man, shout out to them, man. Going in. Iowa State, man, they've been dropping games, man. They just lost yesterday. Got pounded in Tucson to Arizona, man. 57-73. So man, Iowa State, they ought to regroup, man. Coach Tommy Eisenberger, man, he gotta get it right, man. We'll see. Kentucky beat the brakes off of Vanderbilt. Hey, Vanderbilt, they've been taking L's in the SEC, man. They started the year off super hot at 21-0. They have lost 7 games and since then. 9-7. So they still a tournament lot. They can probably be a 5-6 seed. They keep dropping these games. Virginia, we talked about Virginia and Duke earlier, though. Duke beat the brakes off them by 30. Nova versus St. John's. St. John's beat the brakes off of Nova. That's all I can say with that game, man. Nothing too much to say. And Alabama versus Tennessee. Ooh-wee. That game was a barn. They was going at it. LeBron Fanball hit the game winner. Finished off with 23 points on the road. They Emmett finished with 25. Got hurt, man. I think he's missing out the next game today too as well. So man, hopefully shout out to Naomi. He's been playing hella ball his freshman year, second half of his freshman season. So hopefully he gets back healthy before the tournament starts. All right, let's get into some bubble teams. Ohio State. They just beat Purdue. They just beat Purdue at home. They make them 2-10. First quad ones. So hey, got John Mobley back. They trying to get Bruce started in the tournament, man. I've been kind of hard on Dillard, man, saying he's in a hot seat. Got to win games. Got a game 3-0 versus Auburn in the G. Dabler era at Ohio State. Is this the year? Now my thing is with Ohio State to get in, get some good wins in that Big Ten tournament. You get some good wins in that Big Ten tournament to get hot. I feel like this thing can make a Sweet 16 run though. So man, let's see, man. All eyes on y'all, Ohio State, man. It's y'all. I think y'all control your own destiny at this point, for real. Just get the, get some good game, get some good quality resume wins, and go from there. Seton Hall, I watched them pretty well. They look good, man. I think Seton Hall's a tournament team, man. They got some good wins, man. They beat USC. They won the Maui tournament. They they lost in the Maui championship game, but they still have a pretty good team. They beat NC State. NC State's in the tournament so far. The NC State just lost by 30 to Duke, but NC State they won 10 games in the ACC, and they're projected as a I want to say 6 seed, 6, 7 seed right now as well. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes, man. Team's got to finish strong. So Seton Hall, they are currently out right now. So they have to beat St. John's or UConn. I think Villanova, it's cool. That's a good win, but that doesn't really move the thread for their resume's sake. So I feel like they got to be St. John's and or UConn. They almost beat UConn on the road though. Almost for Alec Caliburn's senior night. He finished with 23 points. So hey, we'll see. Now USC, I think they're out. They just lost Chad Baker, Mazzaro Baker, whatever his name is, 26-year-old. It's time to go, man. I heard, I seen a film. He walked himself out the game, walked the tunnel, sat in the fan section, crash out, man. Come on, man, get out of there. We don't need that, man. So shout out to you, Muscle Man, for putting a program first. Dayton, I've been hard on some of these guys, but they on the boat. They didn't win some games to put themselves back in contention to make the NCAA tournament. Do I think they're a bubble team? Yes. Do I think they're gonna get Allar Bridge? No. They have to win the 18 tournament. They have to. They had beat BYU beginning in November. I think they had a great shot. But they lost to LaSalle, lost to St. Joe's, lost to Rhode Island, lost to St. Louis by 30, lost to BCU by 30. They had some bad losses. They have some big bad losses, and then the committee looks at stuff like that. So hopefully they can make a run in the A10 though, man, with Keontae Jones, Deshae Montgomery, Frenchie, Latane, and the one and only Javon Bennett, first team all A10. BCU, they are 1-5. Oh no, they're 2-6 versus the AP ranked team. So I think they just need to get it caught, beat a St. Louis and or another Dayton to get solidify themselves. They did get in the 18 championship game for them to really kind of escape themselves from their bubble. So with that being said, VCU, they a good team. Currently like 22-5 or 6 maybe, but they gotta they needed one more quality win. They missed one a couple weeks ago when they was up 20 at St. Louis and lost to 20 second half. That's why you play 2 halves. You never know what's gonna happen. With that being said, so Washington, you're a bubble team. They gotta get some good wins in the Big Ten tournament to get in, really. So that's what I'll say about that. But that team though, got a good team though. They're not a bad team though. They win games at home. Kind of 500 team on the road. So we'll see. West Virginia, I do not think they're going to get in. They got some bad losses as well. And they almost close to losing 15 games. You know my rule. If you lose 15, really 14 to 15 games, you're not in my bubble. You're not in my bracket. Auburn, we already talked about Auburn. Nah, not getting it. TCU. Now TCU is an interesting team right there. I think they're in. They're gonna be like a 11, team, 11 seed. So with that being said, I think, or maybe 10, depending on how they finish in the Big 12 tournament. They beat Florida. Looking at their resume, they beat the Floridas. They almost beat Michigan. Who else they beat? They beat Iowa State. And they also beat, who else did they beat? Kansas. They also beat Kansas as well. So look, with that being said, those some good high quality wins right there. Currently 19-9. So Jamie Dixon, you get them Horn Frogs back in the tournament. So with that being said, I think TCU was in. Just get some good quality wins. Don't lose early in that Big 12 tournament, and you good. You're in. You're dancing, Horn Frog. Missouri, I think Missouri's in. They're gonna be like a maybe 8 seed, maybe 7. If they could get some good big quality wins in the conference tournament, I for sure think they'll be like a 7 seed, maybe 6 seed. Maybe they can bump themselves. Maybe 6 is too far. Maybe yeah, 8. They're like an 8 to 10 range right now. Maybe 11, depending how, like I said, just all depends how they finish up. Indiana, nah, they not in. They've been losing games. They have a bad quad one record as well. So no, Texas, they're in. I like Texas. They're gonna shout out to Dylan Swain, Columbus City kid, Afrocentric, Coach Bates, Coach Tommy. They get it done. He's going to the NBA as well. I like Texas and Sean Miller. They're gonna get there. Clemson, they're in. They're in for sure. They was the top 25 majority of the year. Now Cal's an interesting team. I think they're gonna get in. I think they're gonna be a first four team. They're gonna be playing in Dayton from the Bay to the DYT 937. You know where I'm from. Yeah. Anyway, I think Cal they gonna get in, man. They beat my Tar Heels. They actually got a good record, and they won 20 games. So shout out to Mark Madison, man. Scottie Pippen's son been balling. Justin Pippen. They got a good team. San Diego State. I don't think they're gonna get in. They have no really good quality wins outside their conference. So with that being said, no, I don't think they get in. Now let's get into some C lines. Kentucky at 6, Iowa at 6, Louisville at 6, and Wisconsin at 6. Now Iowa, they might drop though. I think they're gonna drop. They might drop, depending on how they finish in Big Ten conference play. We'll see. But they're at 6 right now. Because I feel like they can win some games. They beat Ohio State pretty handily. So like I said, I think I like Iowa though. Iowa, they're gonna be there. They're gonna be fine. Bennett starts, he has to be in the tournament. He's gonna do well. Kentucky, they started off shaky. They got some good wins though. So I think Kentucky, they're right at a 6 though for sure. They can bump up to a 5, maybe 4 if they win the SEC tournament for sure though. Louisville, I thought they was gonna be like a close to number 1 seed at one point in the season. They keep dropping, and they're showing a little vulnerability. Ooh, what's that word up? But anyways, Louisville though, they're gonna be vulnerable. That's what the word was about. Vulnerable. Yeah. Anyways though, yeah. Louisville though, they're gonna be all right though. They're gonna be all right though. They Michael Brown just gotta stay healthy. Ryan Cowell, go through them, it'll be fine. Guards lead you through March. Wisconsin, Nick Boyd, they got a good team. I like Wisconsin. Don't sleep on them guys. I think they can make a lead Sweet 16 Elite 8 run for sure. So those my 6 seeds. They're gonna change a week from now. Maybe we got 12 days from Selection Sunday. So we're gonna have a bracketology pod maybe later this week or early next week. So like I said, we're gonna be dropping a couple episodes with college basketball, man. So we're just recapping what happened this, from last week to Tuesday. So let's see what we got to say, man. C line for 7. NC State, I got them at 7. They might drop it to a 9 if they keep getting blown out. Got blown out like 3 straight games by 30. I don't know what's going on over there. Come on, Willie. Willie Wade, come on. What y'all doing? Mess around be outside the bubble in a minute. Just saying. Villanova, got them as a 7 seed. Kevin Willard. Villanova can be a Sweet 16. You got them boys back rocking in Philly. Miami, they're a 7 seed. Jay Lucas, if they win the ACC, the fuck around might be a 3 seed for real. Mess around. Excuse my language. Mess around. Through the mess around. Shout out to Ray Charles. Utah State, I got them in a 7 seed. They're gonna win the Mountain West. So man, shout out to them. Here is my top true 10 teams overall. So if we was doing like a top 10 without people just losing, I would say these are my top 10 teams. Duke, number 1. Michigan, number 2. Arizona, number 3. Florida at number 4. Iowa State, I'm going to switch Iowa State. I'm going to put UConn in front of Iowa State because Iowa State been taking L's once I made this list. Illinois, Gonzaga, Iowa State, and Michigan State. So those my top true teams. When I say top true teams, I feel like these are the top 10 best teams overall, record, talent wise, coaching wise. These are the top 10 best teams right now. And I feel like these top 10 teams all have a chance to make the Final Four and big runs in Winter Conference Tournament. Some of these teams are in the same conference tournament that may collide. We'll see. But it's going to be, get your popcorn ready. I think it's going to be a good tournament for sure, though. All right. No, we got to show some mid-major love, man. We're going to close the show with some mid-major. Gonzaga lost to St. Mary's. And St. Mary's got a share of the WCCC. Yeah, St. Mary's. Way to beat your rival the last way out. Because Gonzaga is going to the Pac-12, the new Pac-12. So shout out to St. Mary's, Randy Bennett, and them getting it done. San Diego State. They beat New Mexico. They needed that one. Mexico, they're looking at a large bid as well. Utah State beat Grand Canyon. Dayton. Ooh, it was on their 10-10-10. They beat George Washington on the road on Friday night. UCSB, Santa Barbara. UC Santa Barbara lost to Irvine. That's going to be interesting. The Big West tournament, I think that's an underrated tournament right there. That's going to be interesting. We're going to see who's going to finish that out for sure. And my Akron Zips came in to Kent, Ohio, and beat the brakes off Kent State. Almost put up 100 ball, no. That's all I'm going to say, man. Don't sleep on them Akron Zips, though, man. Don't sleep on them Akron Zips. 15-1 in MAC play. But that being said, man, appreciate y'all tuning in. Like I said, we're going to drop another college basketball episode. We're going to hit y'all with 2. Start hitting y'all 2 a week, man. For March Madness. It's coming. We got to cover it all. We're going to cover Conference Week too, man. So, like, this Sunday, we're going to have our, fill out who's made the tournament. Because some of these 2 schools are playing right now, like the Horizon League, the WCC, the Sun Belt. They all starting right now. So, a couple other conferences, Patriot. So, hey, stay tuned. We got a lot of content coming. See you. Like and share and subscribe. Like it, like share and subscribe. Like, subscribe. Hey.